Hello everyone, my name is Teacher Lena and welcome to my channel. I am an online teacher and my channel is all about my experiences teaching online. So if you like videos like this, please subscribe to my channel. I put out videos each week. And in this video, I wanted to give you an update about my experience with Bling ABC. I've been with Bling ABC now for about 9 months and it's been a wonderful journey, and I've helped some people to get hired with Bling, and I've had some experiences that I just want to share with you so that you, as a new teacher with Bling ABC or someone who's interested in Bling ABC, you can have a better idea of what you can expect on your journey with Bling ABC. But before I even get into that, let me just say everybody's journey is different. It all depends on what your availability is, what your scoring is when you actually get scored by your mock interview or mock demo class. It could depend on your experience. I mean, there's a lot of things that go into why you get classes or why you might not get classes. Everybody's experience is different. I'm just sharing with you what my experience has been like, okay? And my experience started with me getting hired in January. And in January, I waited a whole 8 weeks before I actually got classes. So I didn't start off right away. It was a while before I got my first class. And it was partly because of the epidemic that just changed a lot of things with Bling ABC, but and with the world in general. So I didn't get my classes right away, and that's something to keep in mind when you are getting hired and going through the process or thinking about it. Just know, you might not get classes right away. You might just have to wait a bit before you get classes because, several reasons. So it's always good to have another company that you're working with. And if you can think of another company, or if you have one already, just stay with another company or find another company that you might want to pair up with Bling ABC, because you never know. And they also go through periods in between sessions where you might have a week or so before you actually get classes. So it's really good to pair up with another company when you're working for Bling. So I waited for a while, and then when I got my classes, I got a few classes for my first session. Because you go through a probationary period, and then after you teach 10 classes for your probation, I think it's 10 or 20 classes for your probationary period, then you get more classes. So I went for a few weeks with my probationary period, and then I actually got to get more classes during the summer session. The summer session, I had a pretty full schedule, and that was the first time I had a whole session to get scheduled. So I was excited. And I did get a lot of classes to fill up my schedule. It was a pretty busy summer once they got going. And then those classes were, sometimes the classes were grouped 7 in a row. So I'd have a whole week with one group. Sometimes it was maybe every Monday I meet with a group for a month, or it's the sessions kind of run differently for each class. So it's a tailored class for the group, whatever the group wants. Even sometimes the lessons themselves could be titled the same, but you'll see when you get into the lesson they're actually a little bit different because it's tailored for whatever the parent or group or school decides to give to their group. So yeah, that's something to keep in mind. So that's how my summer session went. And now we're going into the fall session. And I was expecting to have a little bit of a break before my fall classes began, and after my summer sessions ended. And I did get about a week, but then the classes started to come. I got about a week before I didn't have any classes, and I had another company to work with, and that was fine. But then I started to get classes, and I got a bunch of classes that I needed to confirm, because you need to confirm classes when you're working with Bling ABC. And after you confirm your classes, that goes on your schedule, and then you're able to teach them unless you cancel. And then there's a whole other thing about attendance bonuses. Once you accept a class, you don't want to cancel it because it can affect your attendance bonus for the whole semester, or for the whole month, sorry. So you want to make sure you can teach these classes, and they give you a chance to really, look through your schedule and make sure that you can teach the class before you accept it. That's a nice thing, then you're settled in a routine, you know what to expect. And so I got my classes. I got my first group, and I noticed that it didn't seem that full. Most of them were for like September and a few in October. And then I was thinking, well, this session's going to go until like December, somewhere in December, January. So am I going to get more? So I contacted my Ding representative, and they told me, yep, you will get more classes. And I did. And these classes have come in waves. This is my first full fall session, which is a long session. The winter session and the spring session and the fall sessions are the longer sessions, which are about 4 months. So this is the first one I've been in, so I wasn't really sure what to expect. But I did get classes in waves. I've gotten several waves of classes assigned. And I do have a lot of availability to give to Bling right now too. So that allows me to get more classes. So that's been nice. But yeah, I've gotten some classes that are similar to the summer sessions where, it just might be I teach one group for one class, and then I have another group that I teach for like 12 classes. So they can still change in the size and the amount of classes that you have, even in the fall sessions. I thought I might get like classes that were going to be like, all 12 or 16 weeks long. That's what I was kind of anticipating. And some of them are like that, but they're not all like that. Again, it's a tailored design for each group. So they really try to meet their customers' needs and satisfy them by giving them the type of classes that they want. So you can still expect to get kind of different schedules with different groups of kids, and some are longer and some are shorter. So that's something different with Bling ABC, because you get regulars, but those regulars could be for a short amount of time or for a long amount of time. So, and the pay has still been great. You get a lot of bonuses. I've gotten a lot of large group classes, which some people are kind of hesitant about getting, but I've really enjoyed them. I was a classroom teacher for many years, so teaching a large group online is okay for me. And I think the kids, they learn from watching other kids talk, and then they also like the interaction with having the kids in the class. And then they also get a chance to practice. They get a lot of practice too. And I've had a lot of differences in the sizes of my groups. They're not all like 20 kids in a class. I have some large groups that are about 6. I have some large groups that I have about 12. And I have some large groups that, are up to about 20. Rarely do I get about 20. Like, I might have assigned 20 kids in a group, but they don't always all show up either. So that's something to keep in mind. You might not get all the students to come. Like, they might all show up at the beginning, and then they kind of end up not coming as much after the excitement of class is kind of worn down. So that happens too. But yeah, so that's the differences in the classes, and it kind of keeps it fresh and creative, or just exciting. Not necessarily creative. They are creative, but the classes are fresh and exciting because they're all different. Now, one thing I have noticed is that they do try to give me the same lessons over and over again. So I know that like with one group, I will teach a lesson, and then maybe the next group might have the same lesson, and then next week I might have another group that has the same lesson. So that lesson keeps on coming up, and then they'll move on to a different lesson and a different lesson. So I get really good at the lessons that I'm teaching these kids because I'm teaching them several times, in a couple of weeks, and then I go on to the next lesson. So I think they're kind of giving me classes that are on the same level, and they're taking the similar lesson what do we say? They're taking a similar track. That's the word I'm looking for. They're on a similar track. So that would allow me to teach and keep teaching the same track to these different groups. And I like it because then I can really get good at it and come up with different ideas for the next group. So by the time I've taught it the fourth time, that group really gets a great class. No, but yeah, it just helps you to become even more familiar with the lesson. And for me as a newer teacher with Bling ABC, a lot of these lessons are new. So I like to be able to practice with them, if that makes any sense. But anyhow, I want to kind of go into some advice for new teachers as they're starting their journey with Bling ABC. So don't get discouraged with waiting for Bling. You might have to wait, but please know that if you wait, once you get those classes, it's worth it. It is well worth the wait. Okay, these bonuses, I started talking about that. The bonuses are wonderful. I mean, for the large group classes, you get $6 for a large group class if you get those. And then the weekend bonuses are $3 on top of your bonus there too. So, I mean, it is like no other bonus you get with any other company. So if you can wait it out, it's well worth it. Just make sure you're working with another company and then it's not such a big issue. If you're getting paid someplace else, you have the time to wait for the classes with Bling ABC. But once you get going, you get going, okay? And also, when you are in that mock interview, please make sure you do your best, do the best that you can so that you can impress them, and then you're more likely to start out with more classes at the beginning. Again, I don't know exactly how they assign classes, and I don't know why some teachers wait longer than others. There's so many factors that go into it, but just do what you can to rock your mock demo lesson so that you are getting a high score and you are more likely to get classes quicker than others, because there's a lot of competition out here these days. Companies are not hiring the way they used to. Classes are not as available as they once were because students are going through so many changes. So, you just have to do your best, put your best foot forward, and that way you're more likely to get the classes that you want. So wait, do your best, and open up your availability as much as you can. Remember that once they assign your classes, you will know what your schedule will look like. So then if you have another company, you can then give them, or that you can fill in your extra spaces after Bling has given you their classes. So you'll know in advance, what your schedule will be like for Bling. And then when you have another company, you can have them as the filler around the classes that Bling will assign to you for maybe a whole semester or maybe for a few weeks out. But they will give you a chance to confirm those classes and just open up as wide as you possibly can so that you can give them something to work with. Their classes, it's great to have like alternating days. They suggest having alternating days, maybe Mondays and Wednesdays and Fridays, because a lot of their classes are assigned like that, or just Monday through Friday and throw in some Saturdays in there too. So you know what I mean. Be available, and that will increase your chances of getting more classes. So that's all for today. That's been my journey with Bling ABC for 9 months. I hope it was helpful to hear what my experiences have been like, and if you have questions about it, please go ahead and use my contact information in the description box, along with any other information that I have down there. I have information about being an online teacher, how to get started, things I use in my classroom. So all those things you can find in the description box. So thanks again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.